Okay, here we
Ooh.
go. When friendly chats at the bar stir up marital debates. It's Thursday night, my go to evening for playing pool at local bars, enjoying a drink, engaging in conversations with pretty much anyone around. This particular Thursday, I ended up talking to someone new, which is quite the event in our small town. Small towns don't normally get new people. After he hinted at an interest, I made it clear I'm happily married, so there's no chance here. Surprisingly, this didn't end the conversation. Instead, we ended up talking about everything from family to hobbies, and it was genuinely nice. He even asked if I was happy in my marriage, to which I confidently replied, yes. Now, here's where it gets complicated. I mentioned this encounter to my husband, thinking he'd find it as harmless as I did. Instead, he felt betrayed, arguing that my engaging in conversation with a man who had shown a slight interest in me was disrespectful to our marriage. He even went as far as to ask our friends if they would feel upset under similar circumstances, and according to him, they sided with his view. From my perspective, loyalty is key, and just because someone shows interest doesn't mean that I reciprocate. In my view, a respectful conversation is just that, no matter the context, but it seems not everyone in my circle agrees. So I'm bringing this dilemma to you. Was my interaction a breach of respect in my marriage, or is it acceptable to have a friendly conversation with the opposite sex, even though it may start with a flirtatious intent? I turn the table to you, sir.
Oh, I have to answer this on my own?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm not a fan of married people having opposite sex friends contacts outside of their spouse. Like, I feel like that's not a great thing.
Okay, but she was talking to someone at a bar that she had met that night. It wasn't like he was in her phone and like they were super great friends. She was just talking to him that night.
No, I get.
Do you feel the same way?
I get it. Yeah, I don't think that changes my view. I don't necessarily trust her husband's opinion that everybody thinks that she did some huge violation of trust either. Like, we're getting half the story, so I think there's probably more there. Personally, though, I don't like going out without you if I'm not with someone you know and trust. Like when I'm out with some of the guys that you know and I've known for a long time, and they're not going to let me do anything dumb. So, but just going out by yourself, I would probably have a problem with that.
I don't know. She said that it was typical on Thursday nights for her to go out and play pool. So maybe we're missing something in that conversation too.
Maybe.
Because he obviously trusted her to be able to go out and play pool by herself.
I mean, I'm good with it. I'm just I'm not crazy about the fact that once the guy that she met was indicating that he wanted more than just a friendship, I really think she should have just left and not continued that conversation.
Okay, so here's my take on this, because I am very much like this woman.
Okay.
But I don't go to bars by myself.
Right.
So we know that. And most of the time, I will talk to literally anybody who is sitting next to me.
True story.
It drives my friends crazy because I will have a conversation. I don't care if you're a man, woman, whatever. I'm probably going to stay. I'm going to say hello. Now, where I do think she messed up is once he indicated that he was interested, she should have made her way to an exit or away from him or something like that. So the conversation should not have continued after oh boy said, I'm interested.
Yeah, the part of the conversation that I didn't like was when she brought it to her husband, and then he goes out with like a survey, he sent out a survey monkey to the friends. Hey, is my wife a jerk for talking to people? No, but you're a jerk for bringing this to us because you could have probably handled this internally.
Yeah, you're kind of humiliating your wife.
Yeah.
It's a way of shaming your wife as opposed to just making that conversation between the two of you. I don't think that we need to go and talk to, I mean, he said he talked to literally everybody that he knows.
Yeah.
And now those people who maybe look, I find it hard to believe that 100% of those people were like, yeah, I agree, you're an asshole. Like, I don't think that all of those people said that.
No.
And she can't verify it anyways. But how do you look? I mean, how do you hang out with your joint friends after that without them thinking that you're potentially cheating on your spouse?
Yeah. Look,
Or that you're open to it because you can have conversations with other people. Like, I definitely don't agree with that part.
gentlemen, just have the conversation, express your feelings, and then take that shit back.
What do you mean take it back? You're talking about reclaiming?
That's right.
Is that what you mean?